All right, it is 1 o'clock. It is Monday. It is time for the Monday message. So excited to be chatting with everybody today. I'm telling you what, we had another amazing, strong week of production. I'm telling you, coming out of family reunion, we are making that big move for the end of the year. Big things are going to happen. We got new people committed to National Boot Camp in October. I'm just telling you, this window we've got between now and then, it's going to be if you're going to make a move, this is the time to make a move. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where you get the best return on emotion, energy, time, investment. When there's big moves going on all around you, you get a 10x return on energy, emotion, effort, and investment. So, what we're going to talk about today, I've got John Davis from Bang Bang Leads on with us. I've got Camille on Mimi's team that killed it last week on Bang Bang Leads. We got Janet, new agent out of Houston that's been killing it. And they're going to share specific bulleted things that have helped them come on strong. John Davis is going to share a little bit about what he can do for you guys lead wise. If any of you guys want to get in on the Bang Bang Leads like Camille, I mean, you'll see his numbers like he's making things happen. I'm so proud of you, Camille. Excited about all that stuff. But let's get right into the numbers. All right, so we're going to start with all producers over 1,000. We'll start with Marissa, Donita, Rashida, Sabrina Floyd, Mallory Barnes. We got Gina, Riley, Andre Lee, Aaron Wilson, David Helgeson, David Fleming, Kevon. We got Dontavius, Asia, Michaela. We got Rachel Midtune Hernandez, Seth and Adina Decker. We got Cisco. We got Kira. We got Adam and Cindy Burge, Mimi Ramiro, Rogers and Kim Straughter, Danny Hoyt, who by the way has a massive IUL in the works. I'm telling you, if you're not selling the tax-free retirement concept anytime you get a chance, you are leaving money on the table. We got Sky, Jude, Heather Rasmussen, Mark Hutchison, Devon and Nikki coming out of Atlanta. Mercedes, way to go, Mercedes. Speaking of selling a tax-free retirement concept, Mercedes is selling them right and left. All right, top five and submit for the week. That was, yeah, I told you Camille killed it. $8,493.24 last week alone. I squeezed in some applications last week. Janet, $10,479.36 last week alone. Cleo, continuing to kill it. Cleo, I'm telling you, just keep stacking it up. Cleo, there's no reason you can't be a $60,000 to $70,000 a month producer. I just know you got it. I know you got it. And Jeremico Edwards leading the way. So it looks like Michaela wrote some business and Jeremico wrote a bunch of business. That's about $20,000 between the two of you guys. That is awesome. $15,870 across 14 applications. Let's go, Jeremy, go. All right, top paychecks for the week last week. Let's look at who got paid. Devon and Nikki got deposited $4,792.84 deposited last week alone. Nick Greco got deposited $5,673.83 last week. Adam and Cindy Burge got deposited $5,719.07 last week. Irma Moss Bryant deposited out of Detroit $7,469.25 deposited last week alone. Number one paycheck last week, Mr. Mike Guerra depositing $5,180.18. Way to go, Mike Guerra. Loving it. All right, top five year-to-date producers. Again, we see Aaron Wilson in the 5 spot. We got David Helgeson, number 4, Nick Greco. Big jump up there to Jeremico. Way to go. Almost 200,000 coming from Jeremico. Well over 200,000 Adam and Cindy Burge. $238,730.49 through last Wednesday, leading the country in issue paid premium. Recruiting last week. Look at Mercedes getting rolling. 5 completed fast tracks last week. The base shop had 2. Adam Burge had 1. Dominique, who is direct to us in the base shop, is already recruiting. The base shop here had 3 direct contracts. Adam Burge had a direct contract, and then the Dominique, again, she's direct to us, part of the base shop here. I'm sorry, Dominique, my bad. Already recruiting. Keep stacking it up. I love it. Let's see, pre-licensing. We got base shop leading the way, 2 directs. Adam Burge. So Dominique contracted someone, and Dominique put someone in licensing. I like people that build early, because it tells me that they got confidence, that they got a certain swagger. When people hold off on building, because they lack confidence. They don't have the confidence. A business person, right? Like I'm thinking about, Adam Burge's brother-in-law that's going to come on strong. You're going to see him put up numbers. A business person, all they need is proof of concept. They go, if there's proof of concept, I'm going to go all out and I'm going to make this thing happen. Dominique, way to go. I love it. I love it. Putting people in licensing, getting people contracted. As far as NAA base shops, we are continuing to run down Alex Abian, trying to put the stretch between us and Michael Noel. We will be the #1 direct recruiter in the Alliance by end of year. That is going to happen. I forgot I got John Davis on here. John, don't tell Abian we're sneak attacking him. All righty. Travel schedule, September 9th, I'll be in Salt Lake City. September 10th, I'll be in Dallas. September 11th, I'll be in Atlanta. September 30th, I'll be in Detroit. We are locking down some October travel dates. Again, tell me where I can help you. We got a boot camp here at the office. End of your boot camp, December 7th. We are going to have a ton of fun at that. I'm telling you, we are planning some fun stuff. All righty. I think that's all my information for the week. All right. So first up, let's get Mr. John Davis on. John, how long you and I have been friends? I want to say 10 years. I can't remember. But seeing what you're doing with leads and then just hearing the results, hearing Camille, seeing what he's got going on, and others on the team that are utilizing what you're putting out there for us. Man, just talk to us a little bit. Talk to us for a few minutes on where the opportunities are, what you can do for us, and what you can do for the agents. And on my travel schedule, bro, anywhere you see me go, if you wanna show up there, I will absolutely get you in front of the room. So talk to us, man. Tell us all the different things going on right now that we can start utilizing. I know you've been on some secret project stuff with Andy as well. But I'm gonna turn it over to you for the next few minutes, bro.
Dude, thank you so much, man. I'm fired up. I loved it when I got your text this morning, trying to get to a place with some more light. They keep me in the closet around here so I don't mess everything up. Dude, I was just thinking when you text me this morning, and I'll be in Salt Lake. I was talking to Dukes today, so in 2 weeks or whenever it is, I'll see you out there. That's where the big bang started back in March 16th, man. I can't believe it. We sat there with a whiteboard and some dry erase markers and just started throwing stuff. I just told everybody in the room, like, just hit me with ideas. Like, if we could make something. I was reading this book and it has 15 chapters, and I stopped at chapter 2 and ran down from my hotel room to the whiteboard and started drawing circles. So I keep joking with the team. I'm scared if I should finish the book or if I should just leave it at chapter 2. We've had over 300 agents with the Alliance so far sign up with this weekly subscription. And the thought process was, if you could just get continuity, and the book was talking about continuity and just structure. Every day you wake up, your leads are coming in. You don't have to wonder, like, where are my leads coming from? Like, am I going to buy them through, lead vendor A this week? Am I going to get some through here? Is my direct mail going to hit? So, which is what led me down this road. When I started with the Alliance, Mike and Noel Leventovich hired me because I answered a Craigslist post in 2013. And I started using direct mail leads. They were very far and few where I lived, in a very rural area in Missouri. So that led me down this path of trying to figure out how to make leads online. So now you don't have to sign up for the subscription. I think if you're full-time and you're looking for a full-time lead flow for $250 a week, you get 50 brand new targeted final expense leads. Like, even if you've got a direct mail campaign going and you're using other instant purchase options, like, just get one. We give you, in addition to the leads, they're new leads. We make them. We make your ads after you order. So I don't have like a bunch in my trunk or in my closet. We launch your ads custom made after you order. And each time a person interacts with an ad, fills it out and submits it, you get a text, you get an email. We're also now live. We wanted to announce it at Family Reunion, but we weren't ready. But like 2 days later, when we got home, it started working. So all leads of Alliance agents are going into the ARC, whether you're on a weekly subscription or you just do a one-time order. So we'll get your NAA number, and that's how we get them into your own personal ARC system. So that's been huge. You're also going to get a spreadsheet from us that's attached to Google Maps. So this is the extra things you get if you have the weekly subscription. So you get a lead texted to you, you get a PDF emailed to you, you're going to get a Excel or Google spreadsheet that updates in real time. And that Google spreadsheet is attached to a Google map. So all your leads will pop up. You can pull that up. I hear agents talking about using it on dial day instead of, like what I used to do is print them all out and arrange them by zip code, throw them in a binder. You can still do that. But now you can also just pull up Google Maps and you could dial off that. What else is this? Oh, we give you your own free subscription to a software called Go High Level. We've been using it for about 4 years. It is amazing what this thing can do. We build out the workflows for you, so you don't have to jump online and become a software guru. We just jump you on a Zoom call after you order, and the team will spend about an hour with you and set up your Go High Level. And if you choose to, with the Go High Level, we'll set this up for you. When the person online fills out the lead form and you get a text and an email, we can also set that up to where that person, the lead, gets texted from you and they get an email from you. Hey, thanks for filling out the form. Going to be in touch soon. Oh, by the way, and if you want to, we can also say, here's a link to book on my calendar. Alex Sims out in Salt Lake City, who was I was out at Marvin Osuna's in Reno. He put me in a headlock. I just got my neck brace off. I was on his Zoom call Monday with my neck brace on. Or was it last Friday? Last Friday. He had numbers like he was at 12,000, loving the software. Him and his wife worked together. So they were telling me things that it was doing for them that I didn't even realize, that it could do. So the other way you can get leads, you do not have to do the weekly subscription. We've got 2 great coupon codes right now. And I can put this in here. Can I do a note, or Steven can put it up? If you go to bangbangleads.com and here's chat. I can do it. I'll put it in there. Bangbangleads.com, targeted final expense leads. There's 2 coupon codes. You can get 30 targeted FEX leads, and it's for $180. They're $6 each. Power Move, $180. And then the other one is 50 targeted. I'm putting targeted on there because we do have statewide. Stay away from those. 50 targeted FEX leads, and that is Power Move, 300. So 180 for 30 of them, 300 for 50 of them. Terry Edwards asked me back in March to set up something for new agents who weren't ready to commit to a 250 a week. So we came up to that Power Move to help you get a ton back. When I started, Steven, holy cow, man, I would spend like $500 and I'd get like 3 brand new A leads, and I'd get some old RWs and stuff. Of course, Mike and Noel would always throw extra leads, and I would wait till the end of my dial session to call those A leads because they were brand new and I only had like 2 or 3 or 4 a week. Now I'm like, can you imagine going into your dial day and you got 50 brand new leads, and then next week you got 50 more, and then next week, at the end of the month, you got 200 leads to call and then door knock. Sweet. Somebody said put it on YouTube. Steven can get you I'll put it out here right now too, my cell. Feel free to text. I've got people in my office too. We actually just got some more office space, and we're bringing on a couple more team members to help out. You guys reach out to me anytime with questions. I know I'm talking fast and saying a lot. Steven said I had a couple minutes, so I wanted to make sure I got it taken care of. What do you got, Steven? What kind of questions do you think people might have on their mind and I could answer?
So right now you got the final expense stuff going strong.
That's right.
Are there other lead types coming in the future that agents can start to look for?
Sure.
I don't want to put you on the spot with some of this.
No, that's okay.
Working on with Andy.
We do. I have stuff that we make I make other lead types right now for agents. I just don't put them on my website because for instance, IUL leads. We target small business owners, and we get a lot of truckers, beauticians, carpenters, just small, I would say people like us, but we're insurance agents. So people working for themselves. It might be one guy or woman, or it might be a small business that has a few employees. So the IUL leads are made off Facebook. Now those are statewide. So I've got probably 30 people who get about 30 of those a week, and they're doing 100% virtual sales. So before you do something like that, and I'm saying you as an agent, before you go jump in and spend, because I think you got to have 30. It's getting tougher to get people on the phone now. There's a lot. I look on Facebook all the time. Obviously, there's a lot more people running their own IUL leads. That started happening with these final expense. In the beginning, there was a few of us, and then people started teaching people how to do it. So just make sure, if you think you want to do IUL, maybe you're freaking rock star killer right now and you're like, I'm good. But if you just got started, I think final expense is an amazing place to start. Like the Alliance pays every 3 times a week now. You're in and out of the house. I loved them because people were typically home more when I was out door knocking. If I had some extra time, if you set 10 appointments, and you got 20 or 30 people that didn't answer the phone or hung up on you, and you know you're looking for something to do, door knock, right? You'll pick up apps. The IULs, holler at your upline. I make them. People use them. They love them. We're also working on seminar leads. So I know Andy, obviously the seminars, it's big, big, big. We're working on that right now. I'm not doing my own seminars. We're working on putting them into the other systems that he's got, like maybe supplementing the direct mail with Cindy and stuff. Or maybe we wind up just doing virtual, you know, just doing seminar leads with my online leads. I don't know. Either way is fine with me. But those are probably the three things: the final expense, IULs. There's other stuff that we do, but I don't think like we do a bunch of health insurance, but they're not the. Like if there's anybody on here that's doing that stuff, just holler. Steven would know. I don't want to start talking about them. There's a big group that uses them, but you know that's niche, and again, it's phone sales. They're doing all that stuff over the phone.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you what you're the hard work you're putting in to get those leads going. I got Camille Jones on as my next guest. He is a big fan of
Nice.
the leads. So appreciate you putting your contacts out there, guys. He puts his cell out there because he literally he wants to help every single way he can. And I know you're staffing up. I see Chandler, you saying something there's from Danita in the chat. Am I missing something, Chan? Let's see.
Oh, I see. Power Move 300 is for the 50 targeted. So it's $300. So you're going to get 50 targeted final expense leads. Basically, they're $6 each. And somebody's going to ask, so I'll just answer it. Why are they more? Why are they $6? But the weekly subscription, they're only $5. It's $250. Whenever we leave something on, it drives down my cost. So when you have a weekly subscription, we create your ads and we just leave them out there. The longer they work, they're kind of marinating and simmering. It just drives down cost. Kind of like climbing a mountain or getting a rocket off the ground. So anytime somebody orders once, we have to start over, and you know it just takes more. They cost more. That's why it cost us more. So we just pass that on to you.
I appreciate it.
But it's still a great deal. Yes, sir.
I was just going to say thank you for being on today. Thank you for being in Salt Lake City this afternoon or this evening. And any of my travel dates you want to come on the road, bro.
Yeah, man.
I always love hanging out with you. I appreciate what you're doing to help the team, bro.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Awesome. All right, Camille, come on. Let's talk to Camille for a little bit. Camille, I know you've been with us a little bit, and you had a breakthrough. And here's the thing I love about breakthroughs, Camille, is it changes who you are. Right? It's like once you stretch the rubber band to a certain extent, it doesn't go back to the same size it was. And that's why anytime when people have big breakthroughs, I get so excited because I'm like, now they're different. Now they're completely different than they were before. And as you keep growing, bro, what you're gonna see that as you hire people, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like you'll see why when I saw your breakthrough, I was like, yes, let's go.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I told you, come up with a few things, share some stuff with the folks, and tell them a little about what you got going on and what helped you to have a breakthrough this week.
Okay. Well, I want to start by going a little more into Bang Bang because John didn't tell it all. So there was something that I had started looking into about 2 weeks ago. And so I'm in the Northern California area, and the way my leads are set up, there's like a 30 to 50 mile radius from where you're living, from your zip code. And when I was looking at, I noticed I would get like 5 or 7 leads that were in areas that are like off to the side, like just out the way. And so I was talking with JC, and she's very helpful. I talk to her like on a weekly basis about Bang Bang leads and how I can adjust them. And what I wanted to do was take out zip codes that were out of the way so that those extra 7 could be in areas that I'm in a lot more often. So that's also something that you're able to do with the Bang Bang leads so that you can focus on specific areas so you don't have any that's out the way to the side.
That's great intel. That's great intel, Camille.
It helped me a lot because now it's more efficient for me. But the main things that helped me, one was consistency for sure. I had a lot of issues like when I was first starting in the past where I would do pretty good and make a decent amount of money. Like I'm still living at home. My parents are giving me the opportunity to, build this business. So I love them for that. So I don't really have too many bills. But I would have some weeks where I would do really good, and then I'd let my foot off the gas and be like, okay, I can chill and relax for a little bit. But then that's when I'd run into financial problems. So I was like, okay, no, I need to, pick it back up again. But it's different because once you leave your foot off the gas and then you try and go back into it, now you're kind of rusty. Money doesn't come as quick, or it's not immediate payment. And so then now you're just sitting there like trying to scramble. So back in June, Mimi and me, we had like a sit down long conversation about consistency and trying to, really make this work and all this kind of stuff. And so, I really took that to heart. And, I had a good month last month when it came to activity. Applications were good too, but it wasn't the numbers that I wanted to get. But I just kept hammering at it, kept hammering at it. And then as you can see, now I've, broke through, like you said, and now, like you said, it's changed me. And now I'm like really focused on it. And I want to keep doing this because I'm seeing the results, I'm seeing the numbers. Um, the next thing that really helped was seeking coaching. And so last month, well, first it started with accountability. And so me, Mimi, and Cleo, we all had like a Zoom meeting last month and, trying to work on my numbers and being consistent. And so every day, we go through our activity book and like what we did for the day and everything. And my first issue was booking the appointment. So I would book appointments, but when I get in the home, that's where I was good at booking in the home because of how I was setting up the appointment in the home, but I wasn't booking high volume of appointments. So that was my issue. So then, we wanted to get more appointments. And then if we have problems in the home, then we'll fix that later. So we can have more people that we're sitting down with. And with that, I was able to, I started looking up some training videos. A specific one I looked at was Mike Morisi for the Bang Bang leads and using his script. And so after I found that, the first day I used it, I booked 6 appointments the next day. So that was a huge turnout. I haven't done that before. And then once that happened, the following day, when I had all those appointments, I wrote one app at the last appointment of my day. So then, I call Mimi, like even now, all the time, I call in the home. And I also, after appointments or after the day, I do a debrief with Mimi and Cleo, talk about coaching or advice I need. And something that I've learned is that every time I call Mimi on the phone, I need to make sure I have a pen and paper on me because there's been times before where she tell me something and then I come back later, I'm like, what did you say? And then she tells me, I don't know. I don't remember the exact words because it's not the same. It doesn't hit the same. So now every time I call her, I make sure I have something to write with and some paper because I always steal little tips and tricks from her. And yeah, John, Mike is amazing. He like using that here, I can share it. Well, I'm a big guy on typing, so when he said it, I was typing it out. And we can get into that later. We can, do role play if you want to, Stephen, or anything.
Here's what I tell you, Camille. Just send it to me, and anybody that wants it, just message me or the staff here, and we'll get that to you. But that great intel on the Mike Morisi training. Great intel.
Yeah. Okay, I'll send that over to you.
I'll see if I can't get him on. I bet I can get him on the call next week. All right,
no,
go ahead.
that'd be great.
I didn't want to interrupt your flow, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so, and then the next thing, the next thing. Oh, also with the seeking coaching, Mimi had suggested this to me about 2-3 weeks ago, and using your car as like your university. And so, whenever I'd be going to the gym or going to, my appointments, I'm just listening to music, right? But when she said that, then I started looking up like training videos, and it helped get my mindset right and prepared to be working, not just filling my head with whatever. I'm listening to training videos and, picking up little tips and tricks from there. And then as soon as I get in the home, then I apply what I used, like what I listened to in the car, and then it helped me make a sale. And that goes into my next main thing was reading and mindset. So August 6th, I haven't been a big guy on reading, like, and I am now because of how much I just noticed it helped me. Um, so Mimi had sent an audiobook, Pound the Stone by Joshua Medcalf. And that book was, I think the audiobook was about 4.5 hours long. And so I was like, okay, I can just listen to it when I'm in the gym. So I went to the gym like that following day, and I'm listening to it, and I'm in the gym for about an hour and a half. So I got a huge chunk of time done. But after hearing just that first hour and a half, I was like, oh, I need to hear the rest of it. So I listened to it as much as I could on my way back home. Obviously, I had to work and dial, so I had to put pause on it. But I finished the audiobook in like 3 or 4 days. And Pound the Stone basically was helping me realize just focus on the process and don't worry about the results. The results will come. You have to do the little things consistently, even if it doesn't look, it's not amazing or it's like not what everyone wants to do. You have to continuously do the little things so you can keep getting better and better at it. And that changed my whole perspective because I have those weeks where wouldn't perform as well, and then it's demotivating and it makes you not want to work anymore. But after hearing that, you know now I really don't get frustrated if things don't go well because I'm putting in the work, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. It sharpens my skills. It helps me stay accountable, and I've learned more things the more I do it because I have experts as my coaches. So that's those are the main three things for me. It was the seeking the coaching, reading, and controlling your mindset, and then the consistency, and then you can get anywhere with that.
I love it, bro. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And that's the points you're making are so like some of them sound like, well, I've heard that before, but have you applied it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the little difference there, it doesn't seem like a big difference, but it's a massive difference. When you get coaching, write it down, take notes.
Hmm.
I say all the time, like you don't want to be an ask hole, which is like a black hole, like in space that sucks everything into it. An ask hole is when you ask questions and you just take the answers and don't do anything with it. I love that thought of write it down, take notes. And I'll tell you that'll get you more coaching. It'll get you better coaching too, because now they
Yep.
can build on it each time. You don't have to go back and start over again. So I love that. Reading, I'm telling you, if you're not reading, you are slowly dying. If you are not reading, you are choosing to become a dumb older person because that is what is going to happen. If you don't believe me, head down to your local Walmart or other establishment like that and see how many dumb people are walking around. I'm telling you, if you just do something, just like read 15 minutes a day, you become you elevate yourself into a whole other stratosphere. Like I sell reading as much as I sell selling, as much as I sell leads because I know that's how it works. Like I know the
Right.
magic of it. So I'm so proud of you, bro. I know your coaches are super proud of you too, because out of the corner of
Yep.
my eye, I keep seeing my phone blow up with Mimi and Cleo. So they are so proud of you, bro.
Yeah, I love them.
Keep rocking, man. Let's keep
I will.
stacking it up, and then we will
Yes,
sell
sir.
in Cabo together. I love it. Awesome. All right, let's get Janet on. Janet Brush is out of Houston, Texas, and I've been seeing her numbers and seeing her numbers, and I'm just going, I've got to get her on the call. I've got to get her on the call to talk to the people because here's the way I like to be as a person. Like I get, well, I don't want to say I like to be. I try to be. I try to be. I get super ticked off when someone new passes me and then I get super motivated, right? So like when someone new comes in the company and just starts blowing up, like when Andy Riddle came in the company and started blowing up, I got a little ticked off, but then I got super motivated. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going, if someone new can move at that speed, I know I can too, because I got a head start, because I got a head full of knowledge, I got a heart full of want to. So if you're with us and you've been with us a while and you're hearing the numbers and you keep seeing the numbers Janet's putting down, I'm telling you, let it inspire you. So she's ready to rock. She's going to share 3 to 4 things with you as well that has helped her come on like a storm. Camille, thank you for sending me that script. If you want that script, just message me or I'll send it out to all the agency managers as well. But Janet, come on, light us up, man. I know you got some good stuff to share.
Yes, can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear.
Okay, great. Thank you. Very honored to be spoken to about like that. It's kind of crazy. Um, one, when I first came on, I think my mindset was really good. I've noticed that a lot at a lot of these events, a lot of times, majority of it is speaking about getting your mind right. And I'm like, man, my mind's already there. Like I'm pumped because, that really is half the battle. And why I think new agents struggle is just coming on with the wrong mindset. And just a little bit about myself. My name is Janet Brush, and I live between Houston, Austin, and San Antonio in a really small town with 400 or less people on the census. So, I live very far from civilization, if you know what I mean. So to get in people's homes where that's my strength is to be in front of people. I had to make sure that I was doing a bunch of things right from the get-go. I had to prioritize right. I had to be really efficient and I had to sacrifice from the beginning to make sure that I couldn't fail. Like I didn't have a choice because I'm a single mom. None of my family lives nearby. I knew my overhead was going to be out the wazoo. So it's like not only do you can't fail, but then your overhead is probably more than the average person that's starting out. I think there was probably maybe one thing in my favor is that at the last job I had, which I got let go of a few months prior, I the one thing I had in my favor and I was going to take full advantage of is that like I had my finances in order when I got let go, to where, like I had a credit card paid off. Well, all my credit cards paid off, but one in particular I was would use. And I just had to work smarter, not harder. And I knew that being aggressive and when they were talking about buying leads and stuff like that, I was like, I don't have time to buy a little amount because if I'm going to drive to that said area, I needed not only the appointments in my favor and enough appointments in my favor. So I had to have plenty to call because even if it was a bad batch, less likely I would more likely have enough appointments if I had more leads. And then the more leads that I would buy, if I bought more at once, then I knew when I went to that area that I'd have more door knocking opportunities. So it was like power in numbers. And I knew that if I had put it on my credit card, the batch of leads, even if it was a larger amount, that if I knew I was following the process and I was doing what my upline said, and I knew that, um, you know, that I was going to be out there working every day when my daughter is in daycare and stuff, that I knew that, that I would probably be able to pay off my credit card when the due date came. Um, so I think mindset was really, is really important. And I can say partly contributing to the fact that, I was already sold on the idea, but I luckily the timing was so perfect that when Mike Guerra reached out to me the end of January, it just so happened to be like the week prior to NatCon, I think it's called. And so he's like, "Let me call you back," and he went and found me like a ticket and invited me, and I luckily was in Texas. He lives in Atlanta and I'm in Texas, so it was just perfect timing on that part. So I do think that that really helped a lot. I think my mind was right in a lot of ways, but maybe I don't know how aggressive I would have been in the beginning or how much I would have been sold on the idea. But I had a lot of people I could reach out to before um, I was in the process actually about to do some interviews. Sorry, and before I actually like went and canceled my interviews, I had people to call. Like I was able to call Erin Wilson, Mallory, I forgot her last name, but Mallory, and get really good insight as far as like mothers and making sure that there's really money to be made in this, right? As long as I listen to what I'm supposed to do and like I'm aggressive and I do have sales experience. And anyway, so that's how things got going for me. And and I also realized quickly when I was out in the field, probably within just like the first week. By the end of the first week, I said, no, 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 no. Something's got to be better. And I came up with my own system where I had everything color coordinated, and I could tell if I've called a potential customer or if I notate on certain addresses where I know I need to go door knock them. So I have a really good system that a lot of people are starting to implement, that I think has made me a lot more money than, someone that just buys a bunch of leads and calls them and sets appointments and goes to those appointments and adds another door knocker here or there in the day. My days are structured very different. I have my minimum 4 or 5 appointments, my max, whatever, 3 on probably the lower end, and then probably about 6 to 7 on the higher end. But my goal is, as long as I have enough leads out in that area, then I going sun up to sundown is going to be no problem. Um, and it's beautiful, because if you just have that mindset that every day is going to move the needle with something, even on the few days that I haven't sold anything, a lot has come from those days, whether or not it was an appointment I booked for the future but anyway, there's a lot more intricate details of how I have been able to probably get more policies in, or I don't know. I don't know. As far as comparing me to others, I think really just the difference is I drop my daughter off at daycare, and I prioritize, like, nothing else is more important than working if I'm not with my daughter. And I think that a lot of people, they allow other things to become a priority, whether or not it's 2, 3, 4 hours of the day on the day they're supposed to be working. They might let something slip in and become important, when in all reality, you should be working during the hours that you delegated. I think that would make a huge difference for newbies.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a lot of the stuff you're sharing there. And you are I just checked it as of last week, number 9 rookie in the whole country. So what you're doing is working. You're attacking it. And it's a mentality thing. So
Yeah.
if some people say, today's my day to work, and they don't get any dialed down definition of what they're going to do. And they go, well, I worked all day. No, you didn't work all day. You worked 22 minutes. You just stretched it out over 8 hours. So I love that mentality of, when I'm working, I'm going to be working every single second that I'm supposed to be working. I love that. Investing in more leads than you need, so that your days are always full. I love that.
Always.
I love the mindset. Keep them front and center while you're doing this. I'm doing this. I'm a single mom. I'm making this happen. Like that. It's the other thing too. You said about I have no option, right? The crazy thing is, you do have an option. The option could be to just half behind it, and then complain about the results, complain about the system, complain about Mike Guerra, whatever. That is an option. That's an option a lot of people choose. But
Yeah. I don't
acting
know
like
why.
there is no option, and acting in that faith and going, I got no option. Even if you feel like you got options, act like you got no option. Act like you got no option. I love it's the burning the boats, because we're going to win. We're going to win. Awesome. Hey, I would love to chat with you more on just the nuances of what you're doing to squeeze the most out of the day. Cause that's how winners think. I like that I got this out of it. How can I squeeze some more out of it? And appreciate you jumping on, Janet. Appreciate you sharing with us. Appreciate you setting a heck of an example out there. I love it. People say, well, she's only selling a lot because she's in a big city. Nope.
No, I'm so far away, and I have no family help, and I'm a single mom. Yeah, I'm sitting here with a new recruit, actually, that's going to be starting hopefully this week. And one thing I pointed out to him that's really important, I was like, Blockbuster, did something wrong. Blockbuster, whoever was in charge at the time, they allowed other companies to come in and put them out of business. And if you're always thinking of ways to basically put yourself out of business, how can you go out of business? Not working, obviously. But I feel like every time there's something that gives me a hiccup, if I'm driving and I get a notification that I had an insufficient fund, and I'm sitting there scrambling, looking around, trying to find the number to the company and the policy number to I like the next moment I'm trying to figure out, how can I avoid me from scrambling around ever again. And I've put in systems where it's like, well, then whenever you do this with a customer from the beginning, you can save them in your phone. You can put in the notes section the company that they have, the policy number, the number if they ever NSF, like the number to the company. If the company's asking me when I called, what's your carrier number? And I'm like, oh, hold on a second. And I have to go look for it. Why don't I just copy and paste it and put it on there on that note, to where if that ever happens again, I don't have to stumble at all in the process. I'm not saying that you're not going to stumble sometimes, but like, there's so many ways you can make your life easier, whether it's saving you 5 minutes in the future every single time that happens. But that's a lot of time in general, just like the rest of your career. Like, make it easier on yourself,
Yeah, I love it. I love it. If you don't like it happening, think about how we solve
Yeah,
it next time. That's one of the
exactly. I'm a problem solver for sure.
that's one of the things, Janet. When if you come to my office at the house, you'll see all my journals because that's literally what I did the whole first 3 years of selling was write down, hey, that really stunk. I don't want to deal with that again. Here's what I'll do
Create a
this
better
time to
process.
be different. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about. So hey, I
Yes.
appreciate you jumping on. I want to get you on the call
Thank
more.
you.
I want people to hear more of what you're doing out there. Camille, I want to get you on the call again, out there and making it happen. John Davis, thanks for joining us, brother. Light him up out there in Salt Lake City. And I believe he's coming to Detroit. I don't know if we were sending a bunch of messages back and forth. I can't remember if he liked that one, or not, but, we're going to get him more places, get more leads in hands. Here's what I know. Buying leads is buying future cash flow. That's what it is. So when I look at leads, I don't look at how do I spend less. I look at how can I spend more. I would like my cash flow to be bigger in the future. And so I'm going to buy more leads today. I would like my agency to be bigger in the future. So we're going to run more ads today. Does it make sense? Like you're buying future cash flow. So thanks for jumping on, guys. I know we ran a little over. I wanted you to hear from everybody. We're going to continue to stack up call on call. I think Mike Marisi texted me. Yep, Mike Marisi's on next week, 1 p.m. He's going to be on the Monday message. Awesome. We'll stack up some other stuff too. All right, guys. Holly and I love you guys. We want you to win more than you can possibly understand. We want 2025 to be the best year in the history of your family. So what we got to do until it starts is get everything we can out of 2024. We got to get 10 more people, 5 more people, 1 more person to National Boot Camp. We got to get 3 more people getting weekly lead subscriptions. We got to get 3 more people hiring people every single month, every single week. We've got to squeeze everything we can out of it. So we're positioned to just absolutely destroy 2025. So that's where everything is leading to. The road to 2025 goes through Orlando at National Boot Camp. I will be hosting the activity call on Friday. So the sales concepts I was going to share today, I'm going to share them on Friday. I'm just going to add them to what I was doing on Friday. So join activity call Friday. We've got Wednesday, 12:30 TWC East Coast time, Friday activity, 10 a.m. East Coast time. We got the Thursday product call, and we got dials to make. We got families to help. We got people to bring in this business. Love y'all. Let's get out. Let's get after it.